Hello, hi, my name is Taz and I make bookish videos here on YouTube. Y'all saw that title, you know exactly what you're here for. Today, I will be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I have been watching BookTube for years and I'm generally not a tag-loving person, but this is the one tag that I will watch religiously without fail every single year. I don't know what it is about this tag, but I know so many other creators and people who just watch BookTube really feel the same. So yeah, let's just jump right into the questions. First question is the best book you've read this year. And I know this is supposed to be for like a single book, probably like a standalone, but I'm already deviating. I'm going to put forth the David Bond trilogy because I read that earlier this year, binge read the entire trilogy, and absolutely fell head over heels in love. I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I will try to channel my inner con woman Nahri, which is probably problematic, but I don't care. There is not a single character in this trilogy that I would not absolutely risk it all for. The world building is exquisite and it's just so unapologetically Muslim and Middle Eastern. It's just one of those books that I already can't wait to reread the whole trilogy. Best sequel you've read so far this year, and I'm going to have to say Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. I'm still hurt by that ending. And that's all I have to say on that. New release that you haven't read yet but want to. I'm definitely going to have to say Ace of Spades. It's kind of been marketed as a Gossip Girl meets Get Out, where it just examines a lot about race, racial relations, all with like a really badass female main character. I'm just so excited to get to it. My most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Probably She Who Became the Sun. It's a queer Mulan retelling. Also, I just want to say that the author worked in international affairs before she went on to become an author, and I currently work in international affairs with hopes of becoming an author. So let's just say I love the representation in that way, which is like a really obscure representation type, but I have personally felt like that if you go into international affairs, you either go into the private sector or you just never leave. So it's nice to see an author branching out and doing something more creative. Biggest disappointment. So I think I have two books for this. The first one is Twice Shy by Sarah Hogle. Twice Shy was a book that I picked up on a whim because I had been seeing it everywhere on Bookstagram, not anywhere else really. Like, I didn't really see it talked about on Book Twitter or Book Talk, but like just on Bookstagram, I was seeing this book everywhere. So I was like, yeah, okay, like it's got rave reviews, like let me just read it. Y'all, this is why I don't take recommendations from Bookstagram alone. I was just very underwhelmed with the entire story. The other book, is the first in a trilogy. I did not continue on the trilogy because I was just not pleased with the first book, but that is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This book started off like catnip for me, okay? Like dark academia, check. Witches, check. Demons, check. Vampires, check. Romance, check. Like, it was checking all of the boxes. And I was so sure that I would adore this series so much that I was like raring to go. There's a Juniper Books like special edition of the trilogy that's like $350. Like, it was in a cart, it was ready to be purchased. And then I was just like, no, like let me hold up and see like how I like the first book. And if I loved the first book, I would then go on to purchase the special edition set. I did not purchase the special edition set. The book just ended up with way too many subplots that felt like they were introduced too late or like wrapped up within a couple pages of each other. I ended up like despising the romance, and it just had some really weird, strange views on like marriage and then the consummation of marriage, which is like a complete societal construct, but like there was some possessive patriarchal shit going on, and I was just not a fan. I think the best concise way that I could describe it is that it's like a witchy academia Twilight, and like I'm not elaborating further than that. Biggest surprise. So that's probably A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor by Catherine Moon. I'm not going to elaborate too much on this since I am planning to cover it in my June wrap up, but let's just say that I did not expect to enjoy a reverse harem monster dick book so much. Favorite new, debut, or new to you author? Probably Tashi Puyan. She is the author of Counting Down With You, and I just like love seeing Bangladeshi girls win. Also, Counting Down With You is just such like a warm and fluffy comfort book, so yeah, definitely Tashi. Newest fictional crush. Okay, so I have two for this one. The first one is Dara from the Daevabad trilogy. He is just so everything to me. I love him. And then my next one is Biu from One Last Stop. Who is my newest favorite character? So I will probably have to put forth Ishu from Honey and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating by Adiba Jagirdar. Ishu is just totally aspirational, just in the way that she's so self-assured and so self-actualized about like who she is, her capabilities, and her cultural and ethnic background. Like, she navigates in an entirely, like an almost entirely white space, and even so, like, she still has that self-confidence that I think is aspirational, not only if you're a young adult, but also like further into your adulthood. A book that made me cry. So I don't actually have one for this. Full disclosure, I don't actually cry when I'm watching movies or reading books or anything like that. Like, I am fully that person who will be completely straight face and be like typing out like, oh my god, I'm dying, or oh my god, I'm crying. I don't know. I guess I'm too much of a depressed bitch at all other times that I don't have the tears to expend on like fictional people. That was a joke, by the way. Not the depressed thing, but like the crying thing. A book that made me happy. So I'm going to have to say How the King of Elfheim Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black. I just love Carden, okay? And the illustrations were just so pretty. The most beautiful book that you've bought or received this year. So I pre-ordered this earlier in the year and it came yesterday. I'm so in love. This is the LitJoy Laini Taylor collection. Oh no, it's a little damaged from shipping, but oh well, it's the back. This is the Strange the Dreamer duology, and not only is like the box of this absolutely gorgeous, get a load of these books. So this is Strange the Dreamer. I don't think I have a book that can top this. Like, it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And then here is Muse of Nightmares. Just, this is one of my favorite like YA fantasy duologies of all time. I've never owned a physical copy because I got the first book out from the library and then I was traveling, so I immediately then bought Muse of Nightmares on my Kindle. So yeah, I just adore this series so much. I'd really wanted to get like a hardcover version of these books, but I think they're out of print. I'm not sure why, because I feel like it's such a cult favorite. But the minute I saw that LitJoy was doing like a special edition box for this, I absolutely had to snatch it up. It's not the only thing I got either. Like, there's a couple prints that came with it, and then there was like a pin that came in the collection, and I got that, and like a little teacup and saucer, and I got one of those. I really wish I had gotten a second one because it would have just been like cute little set to have like friend dates, like tea friend dates with, but oh well. And the last question is, what books do you need to read before the end of the year? And this is an embarrassing one for me because I had set myself a list of books, like fantasy books, to read before the end of the year. It is now end of June, and I've read one book off of that list, so the remaining ones are The Priory of the Orange Tree, The Wheel of Time, Way of Kings, The Rage of Dragons, and Assassin's Apprentice. So a lot. But yeah, that is it for me. I would love to see like anyone, like I have no one to tag. So if you are watching this, consider yourself tagged. I just love like watching these videos and seeing what everyone else is reading. Like, I'm Snoopy. I'm fully that person who like goes on Goodreads to see what everyone else is reading to see if I then want to read it. So yeah. Thank you so much for joining me and being here, as I did my first tag ever on this channel. Like, when I started this channel, I didn't even do the newbie tag because I'm not a tag person, and I kind of want to change that. So if there are any tags that you would like to see from me, please let me know. I might just do one. But yeah, I hope you are having an amazing morning, evening, afternoon, or night. Just whenever you're watching this, I hope you're having an amazing time. I hope you are being kind to yourself. I hope you're enjoying the summer sunshine, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.